Got a little something I want to talk about tonight. You see, over here, we like to talk about the things that a lot of folks don't like to talk about. Get them all up in their feelings. I'm one of those type of Negroes, if you haven't already found out. The kind of things we talk about make the enemy turn red. All up in their ears, make them blush. Because we don't give a damn about that rhetoric they come with. Seriously. Now, some of y'all can go with some of the smoke they blow up in your backside, but I don't go for that. I've been around this earth too long. Let's give a little time to let folks come on in.
Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell.
It's a black man's hell. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going to play that song in its entirety at the end. And I said I was going to come out this week swinging, like I always do, for the rest of my life and early in my life and in the present. But we got to talk about a few things. And we're still going to do that show. I said, we're still waiting, but I was laying down. I said, you know what? Let me put a few thoughts out here. Indigo King, welcome. Sun Kiss, Miss T-Versation, thank you so much. It's going to be a little short one until I get the notice that we're going to go online for the other one. But today, earlier, I'm walking near the Accra Mall. I had a lot of runs to do. I went up in the mountains, took care of some business, a lot of business up there. And for the information of those who want to peek in on this show, I live here, okay? I didn't just visit here, okay? I live here now. And we must also organize those who are like-minded, because religion has taken over, and they're very aggressive in taking over the minds of black men, especially. Where the mind of the black man goes, and he's very determined and focused, and he feels he knows something, the black woman will follow. And if the black man doesn't get influenced this way, the black woman is still going to follow. It's sad, but it is the truth. So when I was walking out of the mall today, I saw about 6 of them. Mormons. Mormons, y'all. Mormons in Africa. They've been here. They've got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers who look like me and you, who do not know their modus operandi, do not know how they really feel about us over here. And it saddens me. And I searched for a few photos, and I looked, and I found this one. And it caught the essence. It caught the essence of what I saw and what I continue to see. Look at the white man there with his hand on his shoulder, just won over the mind of this young African man. He's in it. He's got the outfit on. Church of Latter-day Saints, formerly known as the Mormons. They don't want to carry that Mormon name because back in '78, it was only when things were overturned to allow blacks in certain positions who were in the Mormons. Why would you want to follow something like that? You just want to be accepted, black man, by these people who historically do not give a damn about you. Historically, it tells you. But see, in the schools here, they don't really teach the real history. So how are you going to know? This is why those, especially that one there who has his hand on your shoulder, he's not there because he cares about you. Religion works together with politics to take the land and the resources. So religion is a meat tenderizer on your damn brain to look up at the sky and wait for something to bust through the clouds to help you when these damn people don't give a damn about you. They're going to smile with you. They're going to seduce you. They're like that guy who lied to you as a woman and told you everything to gas your head up to get between your legs, and he bounces and you never hear from him again. These people don't care about you. They look just like the car dealers in the car dealership when they found out, little Negro, that you got good credit. And you went in there to buy a Toyota Corolla and you walk out with a Lexus. You come back. You got problems with the vehicle. You want to give it back. They don't know you no more. That's how they do. The fake smiles. And they always get a shoehorn of a Negro to get your ignorant foot into their shoe. You see the one there on the right? He wish he can tell him the truth. He wish he can tell him what he sees and what he saw, but they got the new recruit. And they always have to have a white woman nearby, smiling, bringing, I can't even say female energy. What do you call a female dog? Y'all know what it is. And it's always, you have to smile. They love bomb you with any religion that you get into. They love bomb you. You know what love bombing is? They're trained on cue to smile with you, to make you feel good, to make you feel that your troubled soul has reached heaven, that place on earth that you knew existed, where everybody loved you just because of who you are, no matter what is wrong with you, no matter what your insecurities are, no matter what your fallacies are. Every turn, you're in this new structure of a beautiful church, and people are smiling, hugging you, and you want to cry because life is so hard for a black man and a black woman. And when you have these white faces who have accepted you after the same white faces have tortured you, raped you, robbed you, disowned you, called you all kind of names. You know that those pictures on the wall in the back existed. You know you finally found Jesus. Jesus exists in these people. Oh, yes, I found it. I found it. And all of those militant Negroes like LANCESCURV, he ought to know better. Because I found it, and I'm going to run this thing until the wheels fall off. Yes. Yes. It's better than an orgasm. Well, who knows what that wrinkly little thing over there hits you off with while you smiling too. You're relieved in your drawers and you smiling because the man has his hand on your shoulder. I'm accepted as one of them because of all the inferiority that was taught to you in their schools and in their society. But they're coming over here fast because they know there's a mass migration of Black Americans, Black folks from the UK, Black folks from the Caribbean, Black folks from Canada, Black folks who know them so well. And we got to get over there before those militant Blacks get over there and get into their heads. It'll make it harder for us. But not one time do they tell you about you and who you are. Not one time. When they see poverty in the motherland caused by their people in these different countries, in the UK, in America, in Russia, anywhere that looks like them, they got their hand all up in the motherland. And some will turn around and say it's such a poor damn country. Well, they don't tell you that there's people like them that are making it that way. And that's why they ride high on the hog. Because of what the other ones did that you think are evil. But these are nice white folks. But they're not going to tell you about you. They're not going to tell you how to build your society. They're going to tell you how to stick with your culture. They're trying to take you out of your culture. Well, hell. Half of them probably practice voodoo. They don't want you to practice voodoo because they know that some factions of voodoo will kick their ass on up out of there. Huh? They want to bring you into Christianity and that psychological brainwashing that comes with it. But I'm telling you one thing, what really got me is the same thing that got me in America when I used to see them all over the place on their bikes. See, I always have a Black one when they're in the Black neighborhood. In America. I don't know, what is he, the nigger translator? That's what it is, huh? So what they gonna do here? There's a whole bunch of them walking like the KKK down here near the daggone Accra Mall. Each one of them looked me in the eye and they caught a download as to what was in my soul. And that quick, they turned red and they just kept going. I said, you need to keep on going. You need to keep on going till you hit the ocean and drown. Because on my watch, I'm not gonna keep quiet about it. I don't care how many of y'all you got, because y'all are working on the minds of the Black man here in Africa, in Ghana, and I'm doing it too. We all gonna do it. And you outnumbered, except that you neutered so many of us. And you want to do that because you don't want the Black man here to wake up to see what's happening so he can take charge in his land. See, you want this to be your land, so you want him to be kind. You want him to be gentle. You want him to be loving. While you sink your dirty talons in this land and suck the resources out of it. And he'll look to you to give him an opportunity. How the hell does that look? That he has to look to you, an alien, literally, for an opportunity in his land. No, you should be on your knees begging for the goods and services and resources that we have over here in America. And that's why they have Memorandum 46. Google it, go on LANCESCURV, look in the search box, Memorandum 46. They don't want Africans here to know how you deal with us. So you're going to come over here and smile like kind. Could you imagine? And especially an organization that allowed further positionings in 1978. That was the other day. To me, 1 year shy or a few months shy of 60 years old, that was the other day, 1978. I remember a white boy tried to spit on me and I knocked his ass out. The spit flew over my shoulder and the right hand came. That was the other day. Do hearts change? Now, that little cracker over there holding his hand on his shoulder, he looked like he older than me. Maybe he's my age, because, they don't age right. Anyway, they ain't going to stay long in Africa because the sun don't like them. They burn. But if he is in my age group or a little older with a little hair dye, he got to know what it was like in America. So how you going to come over here in front like you love people so much? I don't understand it. How you gonna come over here and act like you love these black folks over here so much? And let me tell you something. If it was dung under their feet, you wouldn't give a damn. But you see gold, you see bauxite, you see diamonds, you see all types of things that you can use for the cell phones. This is the last and final frontier on the planet Earth, the motherland Africa. And there's a mad scramble for it. And it's a concerted effort to neuter the minds of the Africans here so they don't give up any resistance while you kill them off. And they're killing them off across the board here. Ain't I allowed to speak my opinion? Is this hate speech? No, I'm telling you what I see. So when I saw that last one, right? I saw that last one. And he gave me a hard look like, yeah. I stopped. I said, listen, man, you better keep on stepping. Because we don't have too many people out here who will protect you. You on your own. Unbelievable. I cannot believe this. These are some of the same people who say, oh, go back to Africa. Now that I'm in Africa, I got to run away from you now too? But you would never come and talk to me. I would love to have a conversation with you. And I wouldn't be confrontational. I would put on the camera and I want to hear your spiel as to why your ass is over here. Because it's not just about religion. It's about these resources. This is just another angle. It's like back in the day when they used to have this game they used to play, young kids at elementary school, called Salugi. That's the way we used to call it up in New York City. I don't know if they called it something different. They would snatch your hat, like a winter hat, a winter cap, snatch it off your head. And you run after the guy to try to get it, and he'll throw it to somebody else. And you run around in circles until they decide to give it to you back because they got a good laugh. Well, it's not just religion. It's the politics. It's the leaders who are selling everything out. But you want to get into their minds to neuter them. You say, what the hell is neutering? Well, let's just look and see if we can get a definition on neutering. Okay, what does being neutered mean? Okay, what is this long word? Orchiectomy or neuter. The testes are removed from a male dog or cat. This makes him unable to reproduce and reduces or eliminates male breeding behaviors. Here's another one. They say, what does neutering a dog do? But neutering is neutering, no matter where it is or who it's done to. Neutering or castration is the surgical removal of the testes. Look at this guy's picture as I read this. I'm going to say it again. Neutering or castration is the surgical removal of the testicles. Removing the testicles removes the primary source of testosterone in the body, resulting in changes in sex drive, hormone-related behaviors, and hormone-related health concerns. Removing the testicles removes the primary source of testosterone in the body. What is testosterone? That is the male hormone. It makes you a man. It gives you aggression. It gives you drive. So if you are neutered as a black African male on African soil, when the enemy comes in to steal the resources and take your woman, rape your child, take them for sex trafficking, and take them for organ harvesting, you don't have enough balls, you don't have enough drive to defend your family and your people, resulting in changes in sex drive. Well, if you have no balls or you're neutered, you see the female over there, you just look at her and say, hi. You're not checking her out. All these shapely women out here, all these kids being made out here, they don't like that when their birth rates are going down. How are they going to take over the world when their birth rates are going down? So they have to neuter you. Here's another one that has nothing to do with this, but it does. All this atrazine in the fertilizer here. I'm seeing it everywhere. I think that's the only fertilizer they use here. And they push it in the motherland. They probably give it to them dirt cheap because that messes with testosterone. Black African male testosterone is a crime to white humanity. And you know they have no humanity about them. Hormone-related behaviors and hormone-related health concerns. Being neutered. You are not a threat when you're neutered. And he looks like he's halfway neutered already with that old cheesy grin he got. What kind of, he ain't smiling like no man. His mouth closed, all that. Look like an emoji. Everybody white showing their teeth and he just, like he glad to be in the uniform. He was expecting to mop the floor, get the coffee, or clean the grounds. Go clean the toilet, nigga. Pre-1978, that's probably what they would have said to him in that religion, but how quickly we forget. We want to forgive so fast. They can go and gang rape their sister, kill their mama, and that one in the middle, I forgive. I want to be close to Jesus. I want to see heaven. You ain't going to see heaven with them jokers standing around you. It's the beginning of your hell. And unless you self-neuter yourself, that's why they let the rainbow posse have so much leeway, because they have no testosterone, the males. They're not going to reproduce. They're not going to fight. They're going to fight to do what they do up in the anus. They might as well switch the name of Earth and take the name of Earth away and call Earth planet Uranus. And planet Uranus, you call it Earth. This planet here is all about the anus, so call it planet your anus. Yeah, Oyala, he's glad to be accepted. And when they put that hand on his shoulder, they know they're going to get a smile out of him. Ooh, he put his hand on me. He acknowledged me. And on the picture back there, look like Jesus back there smoking a blunt. Oh, they're working on another, but let's not even look. He'll probably get through. Boy, they're lying to these niggas, and they buy it hook, line, and sinker. That's what it is. Look at it. That picture jumped off on me. But it's organized, y'all. Let me pull up something else over here. Let me pull up. Okay. I got to do my research. Now, this is, okay. Let me just look at this little piece, this little snippet. As of 2019, the LDS Church, which is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right? Reported 89,135 members in 328 congregations in Ghana. What the hell did I move into? Making it the second largest body of LDS church members in Africa, behind Nigeria. See, they hitting these countries that got big resources. Because, see, it's not about right now. This is the meat tenderizer of the African mind. So 20 and 30 years from now, we're so docile and neutered with no balls and no nuts. They should not even be allowed to walk down the street down here without being. What are you doing here? You think I can go there and wear a black military outfit going through Israel and walk through there? You think I can go through one of their areas out there in America where they had a Mormon churches and they don't question me? It's all locked off, but they can walk down here freely. And I noticed in America, and I wrote an article about that 10 years ago. Strong, upright black males, they always stop the females, the black women, the sisters, reasonably young, early 20s, mid 20s, and they usually had 2 or 3 kids. No, I'm not throwing off on them, but they knew there was no man around. So that's an easy catch right there. Because I see that she has 3 male boys. 5, 6, or 7, they're young. But 10 years from now, they'll be coming into their own. So let's get to that, sister, so we can infest that household with our literature and our propaganda, so they'll have an inclination to come into our church and be a member and a zombie for us. And we're still not going to regard them as being anything, because they're not doing anything for the black community worldwide. This is a freestyle. I'm not reading this all for nothing. Right now it's 1:40 in the morning, and we're going to do that show next when they're ready. They're going to hit me up. I'm going to get it prepared. But I was laying in the bed and I said, I wanted to talk about this. See, it's not just some hateful rant. I'm telling you what it is. They already been here. But why? And why aren't they telling the black men here the deal about building themselves up, respecting their culture, keeping the family intact? They don't want to talk about anything that's not comfortable to them. They got their own damn agenda. And homeboy will give his life because the white man put the hand on his shoulder. I've been accepted into heaven. Religion was already here, but now it's even worse. Ooh, I'm already strapped with my camera. I'm going to walk. Look, next time I see them walk past me, I'm going to follow their asses. We'll see where they go. You got to find out where the nest is. You see one roach, don't kill it. Follow it. Make sure you find out where it's going before you kill it. You're going over there behind that kitchen counter. That's where you are. But they do the same thing too. You see, it's just like, what is the thing that they put on the roach? There's a commercial years ago, and the roach goes back into the nest and kills off all the other roaches. Well, it's the same concept. That's why they got his hand on this guy's shoulder. That young black man right there with the sheepish, neutered, non-aggressive, no balls having smile, that's a feeling better than him. He lived for this feeling. He watched TV and watched the white cowboys, watched the white hockey players and white movie stars, John Wayne running off into the sunset. The white man's always the hero, and now he's acknowledged. He knows he can only go as high as second in the movie if he's the sidekick, and he better not try to be the hero. That feeling from him is better than the best blowjob that he ever had. But you know what? I don't think he ever got no head before. Because I wouldn't, nah. I can't smile like that from the white man. And I got a better memory in my head from my own woman or whatever. Come on, let's talk about it. But just like the roaches, he's feeling so good right now. He is infected with the rhetoric. That's how it worked. And they watch your face. They study you. Come on now. You think they'd have me up in there? What if I tried to go undercover and play the role? They know. They know down to my bones, to the core, to the DNA. No. First of all, he's too old and steeped in that thing. They see Farrakhan all over me. They see Paul Mooney all over me. They see Muhammad Ali all over me. They see Malcolm X all over me. Yes, they do. Brother Cosmo, they see him all over me. They ain't going for it. We think we need to remove him. And if he seems to be interested, keep him over there, away from the other Negroes. And then he's going to go back to where he lives. And he's going to infect the minds of all those who are around him, because he's going to appear to be a changed man. It wasn't no God touched him. It was a white man touched him, but his mind was already softened up through media. They can tell this is his moment right here. There she is, Miss America. I dreamed of this moment all my life. I knew it. Even when the other ones looked down on me, I knew there was a white man who was going to accept me. Yes. He came in his pants. He don't know what to do. He looked at the woman, though. At least he's straight. Looking at the wrong woman, though. And this is how they get you. But are they telling you? Let me ask, because you know they're going to look at this one. And you mean this nigga lives in Ghana? We've got to locate him. Well, when you do, you come talk to me. You can bring 20, 30 of y'all. Y'all don't scare me. You'll stand all around me. There'll be blood all over those shirts if you make the wrong move. Believe that. Believe that, because there's no love for any of y'all. It's sickening for me to even come here and see y'all walking past me like that. What are you, crazy? Y'all think you're invisible. But you came to the 0 latitude and 0 longitude, where the sun shines the brightest. Now, I hope the sun goes about 25 degrees more and burns your asses on out of here, because I got enough melanin in me to deal with it. Me and the sun got a good thing going on. But this is not something that is immediate, and it is not good. It is a poison. Junk food tastes good. Poison usually tastes good. They sugar the poison up. Ooh, give me some more. Ooh, this tastes good. Woo! What kind of candy is that? Oh, I can't breathe. Yeah, that's how they do. But the can't breathe part don't come until a couple years down the road, when you realize your ass was set up. And half of y'all who are getting into this thing, and I'm talking about religion in general out here, they neuter you. I chose that word because you are not allowed to be a righteously aggressive Black African male to question what is going on in your midst and why. They are not going to answer the questions that need to be answered because you're so caught up. That's why they got TV sets out here and movies, and you can't see past the propaganda on your mind. Most of us, our mind is already messed up. Let me tell you something what I know. Most of these compromised Black nigga leaders who say they're for us usually got a white woman on their mind or white woman in their bed. They're so twisted, and half of them are already compromised. So that when that white man in that power structure snaps their finger, they pull back and they shut up. And there's certain things they don't talk about. It don't look right to me, and I'm asking a question. I don't care about no white woman. I ain't looking for one. I ain't never looked for one. I love my sisters. And I'm glad I got to the motherland at this age, because if I came here at 18 years old, I'd have my own sect of SCURVinism. There'd be thousands be like, yo, your Mormons got to get on up out of here. For real. Love my sisters. I love their essence. I love their soul. And it's not even just a lust thing. They vibrate with a certain energy, and they want to neuter a brother like that to not be able to enjoy that. And I don't mean just enjoy as far as sex is concerned. Just being around my sisters make me feel like a man, and strong, and the warmth and the love. Look at y'all, so beautiful down to the core. It's not even just an outward beauty. See that white woman right there? She ain't even got no outward beauty. Or no outward booty. That's why the photo was cut off right there. She got no soul. She got nothing. These vampires get around us and suck from us. And we just give it up and we smile. All of the white women coming down. I feel like I'm ranting now. All these let's talk about it, because we know these Mormons going to sit up in somebody's office. We need to stop this man from talking like this. He's been around for a long time, and it doesn't seem almost 60 years old. He is not stopping. Let's feed him something. I'm not taking nothing from none of y'all or nobody I don't know. You check out the Gambia. We talked about this before on the shows before, about you got the white women tourists who come down to meet with the holiday makers. The holiday makers are these Black men who look to screw these women to get out of the country and get money out of them. And somebody must have got a taste of the black pole and went back to the UK or America, whatever, and came back and told you need to go. You need to go down there. You can keep them as pets, and they will screw you all day until your heart's content. They will touch places that Harry, your ex-husband who croaked, they will touch places that he could never touch. Shish kebab your ass, and you love it. And these white men, the few that are down there, I see them cutting their eye at the sister. And some of you sisters who are down here, it's a damn shame what I see. Black people are messed up. Should that be the theme of this channel? Because it seems like I'm always coming back to talking about this foolishness. We're so messed up. Interracial dating sites for Black women and white men. That is what is going on here in Ghana right now. I'm going to run the next time I go to a zoo, I'm going to hold my camera, strap it on my chest, and walk around, and you're going to see it. I'll edit out the other parts, and I'll make you just see it. I see it every day. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with love? Love, we're all human beings. No, we're not. You're humankind. And you trying to live on forever in the afterlife because you have no afterlife. You're just something to keep us on our toes and keep us straight while we're here. And a lot of us are falling victim to your games and your technology. You want our soul. You want everything we have. Damn it, we can't even have a long black dick without one of your women, and some of your men are nasty too. You think I can suck on it? Things I could tell you. They want everything. We're like a junkyard for them. They want to use everything off of us. Just the other show that we did, they want the black woman's eggs because we've got to have some of that. Vampires, y'all. Nosferatus. Remember the original Dracula? The old silent film where you had the guy, the hook nose with the big long fingers, and you saw the shadow coming up the steps? Look at him. The one next to him, not the one holding the shoulder. That's Nosferatu right there. That was his great-great-grandfather, for real. Hell, you know, these vampires, they switch hitters. He looked like he was going to take a bite of him. Not his neck either. Something else with 4 letters below that tie. These people are sick. But like I was saying before, so many of these YouTube influencers that are supposed to be black, pro-black, whatever, they don't give a damn about saying nothing that's the truth because they with it too. They would grab that lady on the left and be all up in her anus or whatever orifices she have, swap and spit and swallow it like it's Kool-Aid. Yeah, believe it or not. And there's information I know. I'm not going to get up here and cause no drama, but we will talk privately, and I'll tell you the things I find out. And check my record. You can check me. You can check me. Everybody know me. You know what I mean? I have nothing to hide. But it's crazy how we can talk against them and we can seek them out. And we claim to be something, but we don't talk about it. Why don't Al Sharpton talk about LGBT stuff? Because the nigga's in it. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that now, was I? It's just a damn shame. We have girlfriends that are cover-ups and beards. You know what a beard is, right? When you gay and you have somebody of the opposite sex and as a cover, and you publicly go out places with them. I've known people who are like beards for each other. I've known people who married each other. Lesbian and a homosexual married each other, got a house together because they're in the corporate world. And they had 3 bedrooms, one in the middle in the corner, and another one on one side and one on the other side. And they were never in the one in the middle. They were on each side with their lovers. If company came over, they had pictures and everything set up in that middle one, and the ones on the side were just extra rooms that had a bathroom between each one of them. They can go through and go into the other room. Quick. Oh, your mother-in-law's here. We don't want her to know. Okay, I'll take her in there. But yeah, he is Nosferatu. He just has to, give him a few years, because they lose their hair quick. And the nose gets all hooked off and everything. But that's what it is. They want to neuter. They do not want imagine. One thing's for sure. In our inner cities, right? In America, they don't want some aggressive black males like that. Ain't nothing wrong with being aggressive. I'm not saying it like it's something wrong. That is our natural state, and we ain't going for it. Now, imagine we had a nation over here with black men who had their heads on straight, and they had the righteous aggression, and they ain't going for it. Woo! That'd be the straight takeover. But we respect each other. We don't let nobody come in on our turf and play these games. Imagine we standing out here and they come out to us and say, yeah, we got this gold, we got this oil, we got this bauxite, we got all the things you need for the cell phone. What you gonna give us? What you gonna do for us? See, we got it. We in charge. So if you can't give us what we say we need, you need to get the hell on out of here. Huh? Imagine there was a corner, and we call that one corner, that one hood Ghana, and one Nigeria, right? And all these other Sierra Leone, Tanzania, South America. If we had that, I'm sorry, South Africa. I'm sorry. It's late, y'all. But imagine in South Africa. Look what happened in South Africa. You got them down there, feel they got the right to be down there. Apartheid. 94? That's the other day. So they want to bring this stuff back in a very sneaky way. Not overtly, but covertly. It's out. The secret's out there watching us. We don't look like any of them, so we have to be extra nice. But we're gonna bring our clutches of power right back into our fists. Ain't that a damn? And they're doing it worldwide. See, racism just isn't something, and it's not, oh, I just hate niggers. No, they don't want you to exist, and they want to take all your shit. Excuse my French, it is what it is. I have to say things sometime a certain way so it can get through people's skulls. You know, I can be polite also. I'm a multi-talented Negro, the most dangerous kind. But that's what they want. They don't want us to have anything that is ours. They want to take it all. We're not supposed to have it. We're not supposed to have great wealth. We're not supposed to have a great history. Do they teach those here? I'm going to go around to some teachers I know and ask them, what the hell are they teaching these young Black African males and females out here? What are they teaching them? Especially when you ask them their name and you're like, oh, my name's George. George? What's your name? Oh, my name is Fred. Fred? One told me, what's your name? Humperdinck. What? I ran down the street. I asked another one, what's your name? Bartholomew. Oh my God. What is your real name? They don't even want to use their real names because they want the names of the Europeans. That is what's accepted. Now, I have a bone to pick with a bunch of people. I want to really get some clarification on it because I was under the impression that when the young African sisters had their hair cut, it was part of the propaganda. But I heard through a comment that it was to cut out those who had the money in their family to get their hair done in a different style or that style. They wanted to cut out any type of status that comes. The same way when you wear a uniform. So I don't really know right now. Anybody who hears this video, if you're no different, if you're from out here, please clarify that for me. Plus, we have a situation here in the school where there's a brother who has sons who they want to force them to cut their hair. They won't let them in, right? So I always admit when I was off on something or need clarification because I'm in this together with you. We're in this thing together. For real. Billy, I think he's a little crazy. Yeah, well, I am. You live in America damn near 57 and a half years. It's just like a prison sentence. Oh, did you do, how much did you do in Sing Sing? How much did you do in the so-and-so? I did 57 and a half years in America. Long time. And I beat the system. Because I ain't got to walk no papers off. Huh? I don't have 3 life sentences there. I'm free, I got away. And I'm damn sure not gonna let the same circumstances creep over where I am. Damn right. And I think when I one day build this home, I'm gonna have a big sign up. Oh, I'm gonna make a water fountain and put it toward the front. Blacks only. I gotta get certain things off my chest. For real. Coloreds only. Oh man, this is a crazy world. Why aren't we talking about this? Yes, and the windows are open. Hopefully there's somebody listening. Ren H. For real. I don't bite my tongue out here. I see them in the restaurant. I talk all loud and whatnot, not loud, embarrassing, drunk loud, but I talk loud enough. I'm not. Oh, I have to whisper now because they're here. I look at them like, damn, I haven't seen them in a long time. Parasites, shoot. Here comes the sickness. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, I'm a comedian. I'm gonna keep my camera going. I'm gonna keep somebody walking. I'm gonna walk one day and just spoof everybody when I see them coming. I know where to go. You're like, I can't believe you said that. I got to get this off my chest. I got mental issues. I did almost 58 years in the United States so I can be free. And I'm damn sure not going to let nobody take it from me now. I waited for this for so long. Like that guy who waited for the loving from the woman for so long, and she made him wait till marriage, and he finally got the goods. And he's like, no, shoot, I was almost dead from sickness last year. And I said, sickness, I'm not going to die and leave this woman here for some other man to take. I'm going to live because it's just too good. That's right. And even when they don't hear me speak, they look into my eyes. They see my stride. They feel my essence from around the corner before they even see me. And they don't want to look back. Not that I really want to look at them, but they can bring whatever they want to bring. You will never see me with this in this position. This guy just look. I mean, he looks neutered already. Look like a worm. Like he just no threat, no body, no backbone, no nothing. Seriously, this is what they want us to be, so they can have their way with us. They can have their way with our land. Yes, I'm saying our. What do you mean you're an American? You're just a. No, shoot. Who said? Who said I'm American? On paper, I am. I grew up there. I don't denounce my black brothers and sisters who are there who share some of the same experiences with me. But don't think I'm the same American to side up next to you. I never wanted to be next to you. You brought me over there. You inflicted this thing on our mind. And thank God I had parents that could help me pull that crap off of me and wouldn't let it get on me. And I broke free. So don't think if I say American, it's because I was born there. The land never did nothing to me. The land is quite nice. I miss a little winter time every now and then, only for 2 or 3 days. I say, boy, I'd experience it and come right on back. But my people there, my sisters and brothers there, I love them with all my heart. I think about you every single day. I hate to see what's going on over there, just the same way I hate to see what they're setting up to do over here. You see? If you haven't downloaded the LANCESCURV app, make sure to do so. It's not bootleg. Oh, Christ, he has an app? It can be on a smartphone? Yeah. Yes, I do. We're going to keep this thing going. Been at this for a long time. I was made to be this way. I'm going to stay here for a long time, too, and be a thorn all up in your ass and a pebble in your shoe. That's right. I'm that mosquito who will bite you up in the middle of the night that you can't kill. I'm that thing that haunts you at the corner of your eye. I'm that black man who you swear is coming after your white daughter, but not me. I don't want your white daughter, but y'all know how you'll think. Oh, God, I hope she never messes with a black man. But see, we got to really get our heads straight because, see, things like this are happening covertly, and most of us are not aware of it. It's so far under the radar. They've reinvented themselves, and they're coming at you a different way. Could you look at this picture right here and see and imagine that this guy's standing about ready to get hung? Look at that tree branch in the back. Looks like a little noose hanging, right? Why is he standing in that position? I look at things like that, right? And the black man on the right side was the one who helped to catch him. He's not smiling. And look at the other two. We got him. You looked at Missy Ann's legs. She bent over and the wind blew up. We've got to lynch you. Symbolic. It's crazy. Let me open up these comments here. I haven't even looked at it. You know, so many of us are doomed already. I'm not giving in and saying we're defeated, because it doesn't take much to keep things going in a righteous way for us. But so many of us are already defeated and will never come out. We'll die clutching these Bibles and hugging up these white folks that don't want to be around us. They don't want us. Whether they did or not, it don't matter. We don't want them. But these people think it's better to mix in with them. They know they have us. Big billboards down here in the crowd. Bleaching cream, bring out your inner beauty. I'd like to put one up, and if I was a millionaire, I'd mess with their, bring out your inner ugliness. And these white women want the beauty of our sisters, and you can't have it. No matter what you do, you can't have it. You're doomed. How does that lady in the picture, about 35 years old? Once they turn 30, they crack. I'm telling you, I've seen some 35 years old looking old like that. And they see some of the sisters out here. It's amazing. It's ugly. I'm just going to do some. One day this week, if I have to make another run, because I'm going to cool out. I did a lot of running around after being sick, so I have to, next 2 days at least, stay in, recuperate, make content, sleep, go on the rooftop, eat, get fat. But when I do go out, I want to just do another long walking video, make you see it, not just a little 5-minute thing. And I'm going to go to a different area where I can go for miles and just walk and make you see. Just make you see, just something, and we'll talk over it. And we'll play it. I just want you to see how vast we are. How we're not fighting each other. Even when we have disputes. And yeah, there could be a little crime here and there. But nobody's getting their head shot off. And there are a lot of guns undercover, believe it. But you don't hear them going off. You don't hear them going off. And they want to use that loving, spiritually connected side of us against us. You see that man's hand on the shoulder? That's the same hand that's going into that black man's mind and rearranging the wiring of his mind so it works to that white man's advantage. Thank you so much, Priscilla G. You know I'm going to get you. Already owe you so much on different levels. And they have a new feature on all the videos. It's a little heart, and I think it's like they call it super thanks. That's a new way of doing it outside of the live shows. Whoever wants to support this on all, I'm like, wait a second, this just came out? Let me check videos from 10 years ago. Boom, it's right there. But that's what he's doing. They're rewiring our mind. And we're sitting ducks. Why don't these white folks come over here? If you loved us so much, why don't you come over here and demand better opportunities for us over here? No. Little nigger, go on home to your impoverished house. And I'm not saying that that brother lives in an impoverished house now. Because you got some structures out here that America has never seen. Rock solid, solid concrete floors and walls. I mean, these places are like tanks, fortresses. And you have some of the poorer areas that they don't do it like that. But the extravagant homes, you haven't even seen the best yet. All hell gonna break loose on this channel when I start driving. Because I'm a driver-holic. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you all kind of new stuff all over. I ain't gonna just stay here in the crowd. Kamasi all in the middle of, what? Like, where is he now? You know what I mean? So they're taking their time, putting themselves in position. And we have damn black folks in America fighting over their identity. They ain't no different than what is it? They need to have a confused black people flag. Binary. What should they call it? Because we're confused about our identity, and these folks know what they need to do. And they need to survive. And they're going to come out, and they're going to slickster their way into these resources. And you think if we can live longer than the years that we live, that if this white man and this black man can live for another 200 years when things are switched in their mind, we gonna get it. Because they love hunting. They went out all day and hunted. They get a thrill from that. But now they're trying to be shrewd and hunt a different way. See, they hunted us a different way hundreds of years ago, but now they're coming back for more. They're coming back for more. They got a little taste of the power of us, and now they're coming back for more. And we got to come back and hit these brothers and sisters over here as to the hell what's going on. But then again, on another divine level, what's sad is that, you know, in the bloodline here, for some that are here, they got the same spirit of wanting to sell out. And they will give in to that white man over you. That's sad. The majority are not like that. But I'm going to be real and tell it like it is because I'm here on the ground. There's a thin slice of the population that does not like you. How dare you come back here when you should be trying to stay where you are amongst these white people where it's better? Because they've been brainwashed, a lot of them. They won't tell them in school there's nothing here. No, they won't do that. But they'll talk so much about America when they're young and how nice it is and the opportunities that they're not telling them about the opportunities here. You go to a travel agency, you look at the commercials on TV, you never hear, you know, like they say, go to Italy, Britain. Nobody says go to Ghana. Nobody says go to the Gambia. Nobody says go to the Congo. Nobody says go to Nigeria. You only hear bad things about Nigeria. Nigeria is another beautiful place, and there's a lot of corruption going on because of the leaders that are in bed with men that look like that dude holding the black man's shoulder. Be real. And then they want to turn around and put these commercials on TV, feed the hungry African. After you gave weaponry and weapons and tanks and all types of weapons of war and mass destruction to both sides of a tribal feud that has been going on for so long, and you going over there and whispering to one side's ear, and instead of coming in and saying, you know what? You all need to stop this and you all need to get together. And that white men in the UK and America need to keep in Russia needs to keep their weapons out. But the same ones who will treat you like a nigger in the Ukraine, and you got a little sticker on your car, I support the Ukraine. You need to go over there and get lynched in. They don't like you. I can't believe it. You tell me right up, straight up that you brainwash if you say that. And it's showing you how they treat us over there, and you support that? That's white on white crime to the max. Grab your popcorn and watch the TV. I can't believe how our minds are, how stupid we are, how brainwashed we are. You support Ukraine over Russia? That's like hearing a husband beat his wife, but they both hate you and call you nigger and throw things at you and teach their kids to hate you. I ain't calling no cops. Y'all beat each other to death. I don't give a damn. Y'all both hate me. Oh, I think it's wrong. He shouldn't do that. But the minute they can do that to you, they do that to you. And you care about them. We need to be hard. We need to not be neutered. We need to demand more out of our men, out of our brothers. How do you feel about that, brother? Tell me. Well, I support the Ukraine. Get out of here. Get away from me. That's the first one that'll be the turncoat on you when you start something to keep some type of stability in your neighborhood or your community, rather a community. Because once it becomes a neighborhood, it's on its way to being broken down even more. We should be community minded, and community mind or minded doesn't mean one geographical area. You have to have a geographical area that you rule over and you have power and you have commerce. We always think that money is not important. It is important. We got to rule our money. We got to make our money, rule our money. And even when you move out of that physical, geographical area that holds the various communities that we are in, I don't care if you go to the other side of the world, there should be some type of newspaper or periodical or online site that you can check in with to see what's going on in your community. That's why Black media, Black African, stolen African, whatever you want to call it, is very important instead of being on these other people's platforms. Y'all know how much they ban me. Y'all might not see me for 2 weeks after this video, but you can see me on LANCESCURV.com. I'll be right there. Y'all need to have that information because the live shows will go on and they can't stop it. I thought ahead of time, and yeah, it's happened to me so much. It's like, okay, no problem. That's like having a father that's a drunk and you go home to visit to get something to eat and your mama done made you something, but he can't stand you. Maybe he's a stepfather. He throws you out. Oh, well, I got my own place. You see what I mean? You got to think ahead of time. That's right. It's white on white crime. Why don't they say it that way? But little scuffles in the hood. Oh, it's black on black crime. And they say we're 13% of the population, but we're that what was it? A senator. He's going to be going for the Senate. Forgot what his name was. I did a little thing on him. And he's running for Senate in Arizona. Forgot his name. And he's talking about the reason why the problems in America is black on black crime and them and this and that, whatever, right? But you the one who got connections to people accepting the drugs coming into the country and all these guns and all this stuff. But they're the problem. But they drop these things in the neighborhoods. We don't have any kind of way of making money. We're drugged out of our mind, out of frustration, frustrated, all kind of things in the food. So the dudes out here sucking dick, right? So what you expect? We're in mayhem. We're turned out of our mind. And that's the same thing you want to do over here. You see, homeboy might be wearing a dress 15 years from now. And he's a good nigga. We accept this for him. You're a human being. We love you. Just make sure his penis doesn't hit a black vagina. Make sure that black penis doesn't work and doesn't make babies. We have to neuter them. They neuter your mind and neuter your body and neuter your spirit. They neuter your soul. And they can't do that, but they neuter you so good that you accept the illusion of what they put over your mind. And when you pass through to the next realm, ain't nowhere for you to go. Because you can't come to nobody that way. It's common sense. You borrow a car. If I was with Brother Raw right now, and he said, Lance, you don't have a car. I got 3 cars. Here, use one. I'm not giving it to you, but use one. Just put the gas in and, you're only going to be around for a month or whatever you visit it. Just put the gas in, keep it clean. And I bring it back with dents, no gas, windshield broken, smoke all in the car. And I shouldn't put if he smoked, then it's okay for him to have it, but I got to bring that car back better than what he gave it to me in as far as the condition. Tires all messed up. Maybe something happened to one of the tires. I brought the cheapest tire that's bald, didn't get it lined up, just slap it on nobody. He won't know the difference. Do you think that he will even respect me or even do something for me again? No, he will not do that. So for all you religious people out here, and you switching up and cutting off penis and putting on phallic things and hormones and changing up your face and plastic surgery, you going to present that to your Lord and Savior after you die, as far as you believe? Who the hell are you? You ain't coming here. You ain't part of this family. I didn't make that. And the very fact that you can say that you need to change yourself and you gotta, I got a woman in me. I'm not a man. So in a sense, when we talk about the God talk, now we're talking the European talk now, God made a mistake. You telling God, who's supposed to be perfect, that he made a mistake. Then how come he don't make a mistake out in nature, his greatest physical on this level manifestation? You think there's no God? Go out in nature. Hang out there for a while and look at the order. But the white man tells you that's wild. No, it's not wild. The engineer society that he made is wild. That's wild. Look at their newspapers. Look at the murders going on. I can't believe I didn't catch a stray bullet. Man, there was one time I almost did. I was on Rockaway Boulevard in a drop-top Mustang, I think, hanging out with some friends. And there was a shootout. One guy on one side, one guy on the other side. Bullet flew. Oh, my God. We both ducked in the back, bumped each other's heads. You know, I got that big head, so it didn't hurt me none. The other guy would say, man, the bullet would have just, your head's worse than the bullet. I said, nah, I don't think so. Ain't there something? But that's the wild. You get more peace out in nature than you do in their damn churches. But there's more gossip, there's more adultery, more fornicating, more stealing. And I'm going to say one thing. Out here, they'll ask you for money on the street, but they'll take the hard-earned money and give it to the church. I don't care what denomination you're in. And they can't do a damn thing for you. They're not going to deal with your issues. There's many issues that need to be dealt with that can be dealt with very, very, very easily here, as opposed to the United States. And I say that for many reasons. Because those who are here are very much a peaceful people. With all they've had to endure with certain types, because, you know, you don't have the racism on mass here. It's the classism, the status. Those who are rich. They might as well be white folks out here. They turn their nose up at the poorer blacks out here than anything else. Are these people who come here with their organized neutering propaganda intentions want to deal with the 80% illiteracy rate here in Ghana? I'm just asking a hard question because I know the year before I came, well, the year that I did come, it was 2020 for good. I came in 2019, but in 2021, last year, they had a full year to tally everything out. It was 79 point something. But you got religion everywhere. And I don't mean everybody can't read. I'm just saying that across the country, and understand, I'm not putting anything down. I'm not going to put out any false propaganda. But this is the way I see it. In the major cities, you have a higher literacy rate because many migrate here, and this is where the schools are and everything. Then you have people from the villages between the bigger cities. And it's not like just, next 40 miles of the biggest city, hundreds of miles to get to Kumasi. But you have a lot of open country and villages where the paper, the money is lean and not much opportunities, but mangoes and watermelons, and everybody got their land and soil. So everybody looking healthy. Why you need a dentist with such perfect food? You know, your teeth are perfect. You know, you bite rocks and split them in half. You know, when you see at the airport, you see a lot of our brothers and sisters from the motherland, and the teeth are so white. That's that good, that's that minerals, that sun. So when you say, or I say, such a high literacy rate, it comes from those poorer villages that may poor as far as money, but rich as far as life because they're closer to nature. But here we have these white folks pushing religion and not talking about how our sisters and brothers here can generate these industries and benefit from what's under their foot. So when you have these people who don't have the schooling properly because they had to work from young, they're eating good and reproducing good and very healthy, walk around look like bodybuilders, not on steroids, you know, just good bodies, the women with good bodies, healthy and strong, but they don't have the opportunities. So you have many who migrate here to the cities who may not have such a high skill set. So they'll do work and construction, and you have the girls that work the markets, and they call them the kata girls, where they have the kata on their head and, you know, they carry the goods for you. I mean, they carry a lot of weight too because they want a better life, but they want to assimilate into a better life, which they think is a better life, and eventually leave, and they leave into hell. No, if they learn anything, they should keep it here. Bring it back to their villages. Even Accra, so busy as it is, This is like the New York City of Ghana, okay? You really don't want to stay here. If you're young and want to part, yeah. If you got money, you want to, but nature's where it's at. And they capitalize on those who are ignorant to certain things. I didn't say the ones who are illiterate. I'm saying the ones who are ignorant to a certain, because you can be educated and very much ignorant because of the emotionalism, and you get your heart start racing when you see white folks smiling at you. See, we screwed up. We need to break these things down. Just because a person's intelligent doesn't mean they can't be a coon or even educated. Doesn't mean that can't happen. So when you see somebody and talk to somebody, you just can't deal with what you are shown on the surface. Oh, they have 3 master's degrees from 3 different universities. And so they must know and be aware of what's going on. Yeah, a lot of them are. And they don't want to have nothing to do with it because they want that hand on the shoulder action so they can keep getting money and get favor from the one who has position over them in the government or in other countries to keep getting that money under the table to sell their people out. You see? It's crazy. So you have to dissect each and every person as an individual. In America, in the motherland, UK, because we got a lot of shapeshifters amongst our race. I put my stuff on Front Street. If I'm a shapeshifter, I'm the best one in the world then. Because I've been talking this stuff long before YouTube came around, all my life on some level, even in my crazy, wild, crazy women years. And I was even talking militant with that. Those who know me, they know. You know? So you have to be careful of the shapeshifters because look, how are you going to be functionally illiterate, but so deep into the religion? If you had any amount of intelligence, I'm not even saying book sense as far as education, because what are you being educated in? You're programmed to fit into a system when you're educated. Education only goes but so far. Your intelligence is natural, your ability to look around and assess what's going on. See, there may be some people who they may say is illiterate here in Ghana, but a lot of them are very intelligent. Very intelligent. You have some who are educated and straight stupid. But when you have true intelligence and the proper education as to who you are, religion is not going to slip in like this. You believe the hocus pocus when you don't have anything sound in your mind to build something concrete. Then you go off into the fairy tale world and they got you hook, line, and sinker. And these white folks, them 2 little white boys on the side, are the taller ones, Nosferatu and his friend, and the other slave catcher next to him. They know what time it is. That's why they standing on that side. They playing the game. They probably can't believe how easy it is to get that brother in the middle to be the way he is. And he's not going to run home. He's not going to walk fast. He's going to skip like a kid. He's so happy. He's going to be straight tarted with it. Just like the roaches that go back to the nest after they got that little poison on them. And when a one infected roach goes back to the nest, it kills all of them. And there'll be no revolution. And you'll give the resources away because that's what God told you to do. Because these people are gods. They're my gods. They ain't going to say it that way, but they're going to treat them that way. And you see these black sisters out here, beautiful black sisters, beautiful. And these dorky white boys, man. And they all up under them. And they look at me and I look at them and they got to look down. I saw one in the supermarket the other day. And the white boy, he was trying to be buff, working out, trying to think he's some Hollywood actor or whatever. And the black girl was just all over him. And she saw me and froze. I don't know. I don't know what it is about me. I don't even hold my face in a certain expression. They pick up an energy, and I just looked at her. And I was in the line two bits behind him, and I said, damn, the things we do for money. She turned around, he turned around, I'm looking right at him like, yeah, what? The things we do for money, because it damn sure ain't love. And you can tell the outfit that she had on, she wasn't even used to wearing it. It was all stiff and new, like he bought it for. Take her out. Let me show her some real style. Can't have her walking around in, you know what I mean? These cheap shoes. And she had them big full lips, and that's what he had on his mind. And that was her way out in her mind, until she realizes that he's only going to use her like a cheap, used piece of toilet tissue that you didn't use after a bout of diarrhea, and that's the 50th wipe for the day. You don't want nothing to do with that. You flush it. A sperm receptacle. And these sisters don't even realize that. And these brothers don't even realize that also. They are not going to go against the code. They ain't going to elevate you. These Mormons that are here, they ain't doing nothing to elevate black people except bring them into the fold, get their money first, get their resources, get them neutered, so when the government comes on, then they did their job. Two wings on the same plane. It's like that old razor commercial years ago where they had the double razor. They got triple ones now, right? But the first blade lifts up the hair and the other one chops it off. Well, religion's the first blade, lifting up the Negroes who have no clue. And when the governments come on in and do what they do, they're going to chop them right on down. There's nothing nice about them, because if they were nice about anything, they would have been mouthing off on the things that are happening in America. But as long as you're not part of the Mormons, and even if you were, they don't care about you. And they joined up eventually with the NAACP, like the NAACP does anything for us. Yeah, they did. That's more of a photo op type move. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's an article here from WBUR.org. Let me just drop this in. You don't have to read along. I'm just going to read a few paragraphs. I don't want people to see this stuff. I don't want them to think, oh, you're making this stuff up. Okay, boom. Here it is. Mormons grapple with church's history of discrimination amid wider racial reckoning. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, whose members are also known as Mormons, have a troubled history with racial discrimination. Black Americans were amongst its earliest converts and even served in leadership roles, but for over a century, they were barred from being ordained to the priesthood or from entering Mormon temples where the faith's holiest rituals are performed. That position wasn't reversed until 1978. Now that recent protests have forced a racial reckoning throughout American society, many Mormons are taking a renewed look at racism in their own faith. The LDS Church announced an official partnership with the NAACP in 2018. I thought it was in the 90s. That's even worse. That's 4 years ago. But it may not be putting words into action, says LaShawn Williams, a licensed clinical social worker and an assistant professor of social work at Utah Valley University. Damn, the nigga can read, can he? I think that one of the best ways to show leadership is to do what you ask your members to do, says Williams, who co-founded the Black LDS Legacy Committee, which puts on a yearly conference about Black Mormons. And as a membership, we are told that whenever we harm our brother, you go and make good with your brother first, then you go off into the rest of the world. While some Mormons are a little resistant to anti-racist efforts by fellow church members, a majority are very open to it, says Diana Brown, co-founder of a study group on race in the Book of Mormon, one of the church's scriptural texts along with the Bible. I think a lot of them have questions as well about how to reconcile some complex aspects of the church history, she says, and how they can maintain their faith and testimony in the church while acknowledging the pain that people of color experience due to certain policies and cultural norms and what to do about that. Now, there's an interview with LaShawn Williams. You can read the rest of it, and it's very telling. But yes, I also do my research. I just don't rant. All right? All right? So, that being said, they got some questions to answer. Because if they are truly brothers and sisters, you need to concern yourself as brothers and sisters for the things that concern them. So you got black people in your ranks now. Can you deal with black issues in the world that threaten them? Or to you, it doesn't matter because you're the cat's behind. You're the cat's meow. And to hell with them, because they better be glad that we let them in there. The unspoken word, the unwritten rules, the unseen laws. You know how it is. I had a lady that used to ride the bus with me, and she never knew who I was. I didn't expect her to know who I was. But there's a local paper back in those days that used to run my articles that I have on the site. And the owner of the paper, he's like, he had an online and he had the actual physical paper. He's like, I love these articles. Because he reached out to me. When was that he reached out to me? I think it was like 2003. All this stuff is great. And he set up his newspaper, used some of my artwork, used some of the stuff. And there are a lot of people in Orlando, Florida that didn't know me that time. And they were like, what kind of writing is this? And so this lady used to ride my bus, and she heard somebody say, hey, Lance, what are you doing this weekend? And at one point, there was a picture of me in one of those papers, and she remembered it. And she had it in her hand, and she looked at me, and she looked at the paper, and she looked at me, and she passed a stop. I said, okay, she must be going to Walmart, because I knew her stop. I didn't know her, but I knew, regularity, the stops that the people get off on. So she said, your name Lance? I said, yes. LANCESCURV? I said, yes. Oh my God. So you're a bus driver? I said, yeah, this is what I do now to make a little money until, there's other things I do. She says, I know, I'm reading your article now. You're a deep brother. See, when they're scared sometime to open you up, they're going to give you a compliment at first. Like that white man, if he ever saw me, he's not going to come and be confrontational. The other two white boys, they'll just turn red while they're talking. It's an indication, it's an admission. Oh, you're a very good writer, Mr. Scurvin, and you're very passionate about different things that, and I'm like, okay, cut the bullshit. What are you coming at me with? What do you got a problem with? Not that it matters to me, because after this conversation, you probably have more problems. Probably won't be able to go home and do that little rag next to you. And I can't get it up. I had a conversation with Lance, and it's messing with me. My boner can't get hard. But anyway, she had some questions to ask me. After a while, she was like, aren't you concerned living here in Orlando, knowing the Klan is around? I said, listen, I don't give a damn. I know there's a creator, and I have a mission on this earth. And if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm going to walk strong every step. You see, I drive my bus through the hood every night. And they know I used to work in corrections. So do you think I'm scared? I get nothing but love out here. I got nothing but love for you, baby. So on the way back, and in subsequent conversations, because she was so fascinated with me for some reason, she was a very attractive woman who probably was like maybe a couple months younger than me. Our joke was, I hit my birthday first and then you hit yours. And she was strange though. Very nice sometimes, and she'd cut off a little bit. I know she had like this little attraction going on because, she wanted a man. But she didn't want those men that she ran into in that age group, the churchified ones, but those were safe for her. I was a bit of a renegade, but she didn't know it at first because, I was always cool. I was always professional. She didn't see any black gloves in me, kill Whitey. No, I didn't do that. I'll do something before I say it. So she was right now, but I was born and raised in Alabama, and we're the same age, and so you can imagine back in those days. And I'm like, wow, back in those days, we both were born in '63. But what about the back in those days, back in the 30s and 20s? Well, that's why her father was the way he was, and he said the things that he said. My father told me that whenever there were whites around, like a group of them talking, even if we're on a job or it was something necessary or an emergency, you had to stand at least 10 feet away from them and not stare at them. Just look down until they told you can speak. I said, you stand 10 feet away from me and look down. I don't know if you want to talk to me or not. But that's the way it was in Alabama and all through the South. I said, so I see your upbringing and how you were wired. So she would agree with me on certain things and get scared at the same time. So there are a lot of black folks out here who are screwed up from that time period. And if she was allowed to raise children, I don't think she had any children, what would she tell them? So people say, oh, racism is over, slavery is over, but that bullshit mentality is still around. Ain't that something? But you can't see that. That's why some of y'all go to the used car lot and buy a car. It's shined up, got the rims on it, dope sound system, and they tell you call before you come, and you call 10 minutes before you come, and they start it up. You don't see all that black smoke come out, and it's running smooth, and they cut it off. So when you start it up, boom, see, starts up nice. Been sitting here for 3 weeks. No, it wasn't. They lied. Put the sound system on so you don't hear all them noises. They fool you. They fool you. And that's why they have so many teachers back in those days and up until this time. They're really part of the first wall of detecting who is who. Come on, y'all. Y'all know. And even a lot of gay men will know. They'll agree. I just felt this way when I was 6 years old. You know them little bad kids that's going to be bad men when they grow up. You know the little soft one that you need to watch. A lot of girls are tomboys. When you have some that are tomboys, you're like, ain't no way she's just going to like boys. We know, and they know, when they see a Malcolm X, when they see a Farrakhan, when they see a Marcus Garvey, they know, and they give those types more trouble. And if they have good parents at home, they're going to try to manipulate them. But if they have strong parents that know what's up, they're going to have a problem with them. Well, they don't seem to be getting along with us. And I remember this one lady. She added me on Facebook years ago when Facebook first came out. I wasn't into none of this stuff. I'll say a name. Miss Drew Shell in the 5th grade. And it looked like a whorehouse when she came up in the class. The miniskirt was so short, the boobies were pushed up. And my mother had to go up there and speak to her about something I said or something, whatever. And she tried to slick talk my mother. My mother chewed her up. Because not only could my mother sing, she was meticulous with the English language. Meticulous. And I'm not saying the English language is ours. No, I'm not saying that. But that's what we speak. We can't fully express ourselves with it because it's not connecting right. That's like putting a Toyota engine in a Chevy. It ain't going to work right. But she mastered it, and it pissed that teacher off because my mother taught in schools and colleges, okay? Graduated from Juilliard School of Music, had the most beautiful voice and dramatic in her speech when she wanted to. There are many people that I knew that they were like, they had no reason to be scared of her. She wasn't walking around. She was the most sweetest person you ever want to see. Everybody loved her. But they saw flashes of that side when need be, and I would hate to be on the opposing side of your mother, man. She scares me that way. She never had to whip me. Yeah, like a whorehouse, man. This was back in the 70s. And she caught some of my writings because I wasn't doing video yet. She caught a lot of my interviews. And she was gone. And out of curiosity, I logged out and went to a page and said, I was blocked. And she was a Jew. And they watch, and I don't know how it is in New York City right now, but all through the 60s and 70s, coming into the 80s in the school system, Miss Rubinow, Miss Finkelstein, Miss Drew Shell, Miss this, Miss that. Jewish women. And they put the women more so. Here's some Jewish men. And they're watching those in the black community. Hell, that could be a Jewish teacher right there. She looked like one of them that I had, Miss Walsh. And they try to be so kind to you because, see, the testosterone didn't hit you yet, but they want to see what you have a propensity for. If you're a little aggressive, that means there's a whole lot later on coming down the road and the things you say. Like, I used to get in trouble. I used to sing that song in history class all the time. You know, I was always playing White Man Heaven is a Black Man Hell from about 3 years old. That was my bedtime song. So I understand why I am the way I am now. With his white woman and firewater, tricks and lies, you stole America. He filled your womb with his wicked seed. His half-white children he was made to breed. You know, that has nothing to do with his history, Lance, and you need to stop saying these things. I'm going to have to talk. My mother got up there, my father got up there and said, well, what is it that he said that was wrong or untrue? And she broke out singing. Come on now. Why are we afraid to speak the truth to these people and walk in the truth? I don't walk around mad at them all day. I don't walk around thinking, you think I'm thinking about them? I see stuff in the paper and the news and I got to talk about it. Because now, you know, sometimes there's infighting when you're up next to the opponent and you can fight from the outside. So I can see clearer now from where I stand and really go in. Long left jabs and long rights going in past the defense. Refreshed that I have to deal with that stuff every single day. That's a small part of my day. I'm like a cell phone you talking on, but while it's plugged into the wall, so they ain't never gonna go low. You ain't got to be scared. Oh, girl, I've been on this phone for 5 hours. I'm losing my charge. I'm plugged in every day. I'm gonna wake up and get some African sun. Yes, I am. And they're not gonna stop me, those who are here. And there's a lot of them here. They're talking about the Chinese, a lot of white folks coming over here, and they don't want to correct you when you say, I ain't got nothing over in Africa. Africa's nothing but mud huts. The richest soil in the world. It's bigger than what they show you on the map. They don't even want to show you the size of the motherland on the map. They shrink it down and it's still big. God dog. Imagine that. They shrink it down and it's still huge. And like it was said, you can take every human being on the planet and put them in the motherland and they'll have a ton of land. But they tell you that the world is becoming overpopulated. They didn't finish the sentence. In their mind, the world is becoming overpopulated with us. But they don't finish the sentence. It's like with the police, to protect and serve. Who when you killing us off? Who? You ain't protecting and serving us. You protecting them and serving us up on a daggone gurney. Right to the morgue. Like ice cubes in the refrigerator. Dead. All right? When I drive, or I'm not driving now, but when I'm privy to driving, and I get out of the city, and you see the mountain ranges when you're up in the mountains for miles and miles and miles and miles. And when you're on more the plain type land where it's flat, miles, and you're like, wait a second, I'm not seeing nothing. I mean, yeah, you see the greenery and the mangoes and everything growing. Like, let's stop and grab some mangoes. You're like, you ain't got to pay for those, just knock them down and get them. That's what they don't want you to see. You're up there freezing in America, paying for heat. I mean, free heat over here. I forgot what winter's like. I ain't missing it. I was only joking when I said I did. Cold air all in your lungs and shoveling snow. That's for them. They mad. They jealous because that's what was relegated for them in them caves. With women that look like that. And they see how strong we are and how rich the soil is and how it's just a natural Prozac effect in the air. You get happier. And you don't even realize it all the way. You do when you come. The longer you stay, the longer. And when you got to go back, you start getting depressed. When I came here in 2019 for those 3 weeks, and I had malaria in me already, but it didn't hit. I think I got it like 2 days before and it was in me because I was just not talkative at all. Like this was supposed to be a 15-minute, 20-minute show. Look at it. We're already up to 1 hour and 34 minutes we've been on live. And there was something wrong. I was just quiet. Didn't feel right. But naturally, but other than that, I was so like, I don't want to leave. It wasn't against anybody or anything. I just didn't want to leave. There was something here that got into me. I just didn't want to leave. They got all the modern amenities here. It's not about that. They got some things that are, you know, okay, the man-made electrical grid over here goes out a lot in this particular area. Y'all know the shows pop off. What happened to them? Come back on the phone. Doesn't mean it's primitive because there are different parts of the motherland where those amenities are far superior to what you see in America. What was it? Was it Tanzania? No, Rwanda, right? I think it's there, right? Where every Friday, everybody gets out and cleans. The streets are spotless. You better not drop nothing. Now, it's a little different mentality here in Ghana. You see a lot of little dirty streets and little poor areas, throw things down, just being real. But there, you better not. Even the highest officials get out every Friday with everybody and they clean, and you better not drop anything. I think there, the internet is one of the best internets in the entire planet. Isn't that something? But they won't tell you that. Somewhere over here, anywhere in the motherland is the best of something. And it always makes the list as one of the best places to live. Now you have countries in the motherland that are at war with each other, that got all kind of corruption and stuff. Those are countries you don't want to go to. But they'll pick those countries and push it, and I ain't going over there. Hey, Les, man, I heard over in the Sudan, so-and-so's happening, man. You over there, man. What you mean? I'm so far away from the place. So, but we got this thing that Africa's like New Jersey or something. Some little place. No. It's not like that. Was it Burkina Faso right above me? Got some crazy things going on sometimes up there. That's nowhere near me. You fly over these places. You can drive to these places. Liberia is, was it Liberia? Yeah, Liberia is off the chain. Was that like 2 countries over? One or two countries between here and Liberia? Yo, I gotta find, check the community section sometimes. I'm gonna find these videos and put them in. I ain't even, look, there's a dude who used to call the show and talk about, the things going on over there. It's rougher than what I thought. Is that all of the motherland? No. So y'all need to wake up. I'm not seeing anybody here because I can take a walk out there right now, go live. I'm gonna do that sometime too. Just break out late. It may not be late for those on the East Coast. I'll walk out of here 3 o'clock in the morning. It might be 11 o'clock for you on the East Coast. And I'll walk all down around the markets with the phone, and I'm gonna start some conversation. She's like, yo, he's out there. And there's a lot of people out there. Nothing but black folks. And it can be intimidating but it's nothing to be intimidated about. It's just the energy, the hustle. You know what I mean? I go out there all the time. Y'all know that. I travel. I jump on Instagram sometime. Right? And I'm showing you the streets. I'm walking through the streets. Ain't no tourist protected area. I'm in the streets at night. One brother on Instagram was like, you're a real Ghanaian. I know that's in my bloodline. I'm not trying to switch up on anybody, but I flow easy here. Much easy. You think that white man with the hand on the shoulder and that white woman, I can drop them in some areas I go to at night and you had to change their pampers. Them other 2, Nosferatu and his friend, beat red, scared to death. But they say they have a mighty God. Please. My creator planted me here, and I'm here for a reason. I'm never going to forget what's going on in the world or our people back in America, wherever it is, because racism is a worldwide thing. Yes, it is. That's right. We tend to forget that. We, just in Alabama. No, it's worldwide. They want us off the face of the earth. But I think I ran my mouth enough right now. I'm going to check in with things. I'm still going to do this other show if they're up for it. I just came on as a little in-between thing. Expect that. I might get up when I get up in the morning time after doing the other show and go live again, pop it on the phone and go to the market and go live, just go live everywhere. But if I see some of these Mormons again out here, we're going to have to talk. I'm going to follow their asses, for real. Because I see the things that are going on in the world, and if I see a connection or way of tying it in, I'm no guru. I don't know everything. I don't have all the facts. I have to research like anybody else. When something speaks into my spirit to talk about, we need to do that. I'm dedicated to this all the way in. There'll be other things that I'm doing, but if I see something, I can't help but talk about it, y'all. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I ain't got a couple more years on this earth. I'm just going to enjoy it and just try to, get a little drink on, smoke a little bit, and that little girl around the corner, meet her up every now and then. And, no, I'm not into the hedonistic stuff. I eat good food. That's all I need. Good food, good sleep. That's all I need. That's all I need. But we don't need to watch these people come around us and neuter us mentally and have us like sitting ducks with no balls, no aggression. Black male aggression is not acceptable around any Caucasians in the world. And so what? So what? I'm going to be righteously aggressive as long as I'm alive. I don't care if my testosterone level is negative 500 or whichever way they measure it. I got mental testosterone. After you done made your babies, you need to keep on being mentally. If down there works, well, fine. That's good. Keep making babies. Africa is big. Keep dropping them like it's hot. Even if you don't have the white man's paper, you go out in the villages. If you poor in America, you can come out here and go a little bit on the outskirts outside the biggest cities where it's dirt damn cheap and build your little something that you can add on to and gradually get out of the system. And you ain't got to worry about nothing except dealing with that soil. Or we got more babies, we better be planting more stuff to eat from. Because when this world collapses and his world collapses, guess what? You're going to have to depend on just that. So why not do it for yourself, even if you're in another country, South America, Guyana, wherever. Get back to nature. Nature's never going to fail you. Nature gives you everything. Doesn't give it to you on credit. You ain't gotta pay. I never had to pay a tree out here for a mango. Well, mango tree, how much is this going to cost me? Just pick me and go on. Damn it. You've been in America too long. Oh, man. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go on and get a little bit of this juice. Get a little bit piece of this vegan pizza. Chill for a second, see what's going on with this next show. And if it's going to go on, it's going to go on. And if it doesn't go on tonight, it's going to go on eventually. But we're going to check and see. You see what I mean? But I'm up for doing it. You know what I mean? I'm like George Foreman when he fought them 5 guys one after another. I'll go all night to the sun. That's the way I feel. Even though I ran today and I was a little sick, mentally I was like, man, I got to make more content. Sitting here blowing my nose with a fever. I'm like, it's a trick. Once I get well, I'm going to come back with more, right? But anyway, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. And like I said, I can't thank you enough. And I'm just going to go ahead and end this right now. But it's not ending my spirit. It's just a brief pause because this is a battle that we never give up on. This is a battle and a war that we're going to win. You hear me? So I love you all. And I'm coming back soon. Let me just check up and see and get a little break, and we'll be back.
I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Yes, sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they say. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Ain't be a real nigga, might get you canceled. Fuck the whole system, need the shit dismantled. Coppers treat a nigga like the utmost wanted. Tryna rule the block, but don't know what goes on it. News got a story with a new take on me. Carrying out the window with the screw face on me. But I know that God love me when my blunt burn. 95 degrees and I can't get sunburned. Wonder when your government will make me legal. Burn the whole city if I can't be equal. Get off my dick, please, Brad, I earn that. 400 years, how you still ain't learned that? I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Yes, sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they say. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Shout out to the crackers trying to gentrify the genre. Tell them free my niggas, middle finger to your honor. In the days coming down the seconds on the timer. Goofy niggas still trying to purchase that designer. About to buy a chopper, learn to grow my own food. Cause I don't like the look they give me in the Whole Foods. And when you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. But it ain't on me now, I'm limping cause my dick heavy. But ain't shit sweet, niggas think we thin. My whole attitude on MC Ren. It's my neighborhood now, Bob, I bought that. 400 200 years, how you still ain't caught that? I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Oh, yes, sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they say. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out.
The wet spot, y'all, the wet spot.
Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes, slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people untold. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise. On his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell.